No problem. All right. So his is from capital.com. Mine is Black Bull Market. You can use any of these brokers here, right? To
Okay.
show the data. All right. So, and if you check, they are all the same price. Right. So if you check that
Mm.
up capital.com, USD is around 47850 now. If you check here, let's see, capital, what is this thing wasting time? What the heck is happening? Wait, oh. You can see me, right?
Yes, sir.
Where's my trading view handle? Let me just reload it. All right. So however it is, right? You don't even need to. Uh-huh. So this is okay, let's check that out. Blackpool. This for yesterday, right? I miscalculated on my own broker. In fact, on my broker, yeah, the entry is
Mm.
um in fact the entry on TradingView is 48.55 or so. The entry on HFX or HFM is 48 48075. Mine is actually 48 one something, right?
Oh.
Exactly. So that's my own broker. So I had to do the calculation myself. I missed out, right? I think my TP was around here on my broker, right? So, of course, this spike here is the New York Open. There's
Mm.
always a spike during the New York Open. So I would have actually closed, right? When it got to this high here. As you can see, it's like a high. So I would have actually closed here, but I was quite busy. So I got stopped out I think I had my stop loss around here. So I got stopped out here instead of this point. So I kind of missed out on a lot, right? So the main thing is what broker are you
Okay.
using even?
I'm using FBS,
LBS, right?
and I
So
used to use XNET too.
SNES, So however, one of the best thing you can do for yourself is whenever a trade drops, right? I think he do share his what's it called? His charts, right? So once he does that, go to your own broker, see where the price is at, then do necessary adjustment because so many people there do use different brokers. They read, name it, Headway, there are loads of them. Okay. So as not to miss out, just um make sure to have what's it called? And also the name on certain brokers are different, right? For some persons, you're gonna
Mm.
see DJ 30, Dow Jones 30. That's the name of this instrument, Dow Jones Index, right? For some, you're gonna see US 30, for some, you're gonna see Wall Street 30, right? These are different names, so you don't get confused. Okay.
But the same pair.
They're all the same Dow Jones 30.
Is this a currency pair?
No, no, no. This is an index. This is an indices, a stock
Okay.
index, right? This is Dow Jones 30 is actually the top 30 companies in the US combined together. So this is
Oh.
their performance. All right. I trade this often. In fact, this is what I trade often. Aside from gold, I focus more just that I don't have much leverage trading indices on my current broker, right? So normally I just take Nasdaq, FTSE, DAX, and Dow. These are like the four indices I trade. For some other persons trade is S&P 500, right? But let's not go deep into that. There are futures trading and there is CFD trading, the type we are doing here, right? And there's a way you trade this first. So if you want to get into them, don't think of them like the normal currency pairs. They have their ways,
Mm,
all right, and they are quite smooth. They can be aggressive. At least US 30 can be as aggressive as gold, but not as crazy as gold, right? The rest are kind of okay. But let me give you a tip of how to trade this pair. Um,
okay.
on your own, you can practice it if you have a demo account on your own. Just you can target 50 points, 100 points. Sometimes 50 is enough, right?
Mm,
And for 50 points, if you're trading $1 per point, that's like $50. When I mean $1 per point, I mean like 0.1 lot size.
mm.
Yeah, or you can just use 0.01 so that you won't be risking much. All right. So
It doesn't have much liquidity like gold.
it does have, right? But it's especially during New York opening. You see, you can see how smooth the market was since morning. But maybe it was
Mm,
3:30 when New York opened. You see that crazy spike, boom, to TP, then crashed crazily as well. So if you study the chart here, you're gonna see that anytime there's a crazy move, just know that it's market open, market open. All right. So if you check here,
mm.
I see the time. This is New York open, 3:30 down here. I don't know if you're seeing it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 3:30. If you check again, any crazy spike. Market open. Okay, around here, 3:30. Just that is it. That is it about it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, that's New York. All right. And if you go to European pairs, European stocks actually, that's FTSE or DAX, right? Where you see crazy spike in DAX is morning hours when the London market is opening. That's it's 9 a.m., right? Just like we have here. This should be 9 a.m., right? Okay, no. Uh,
Do people trade these openings?
of course not. That's that my strategy, how I trade them, that's where my strategy lies. The openings, right? That's where my strategy lies. So I kind of have like two sessions in a day, that of London and New York. So the opens, right? So basically what I see is, let's say I want to trade this thing for this particular day. This is Monday, right? Dow Jones. I first off, this is the where is it open? This is 15 minutes time frame and emphasis on 15 minutes time frame, right? Emphasis on 15 minutes time frame. This for Monday. I'm looking for the open. Okay, this is 9 o'clock, right? This is 9 o'clock. A strategy, you just have to be careful with it. It's not always smooth. But then I have this. I call this an overnight range, right?
Mm,
Normally, the market doesn't see this, right? Normally, if you check um the real charts of these indices, the real charts, right? What you're gonna see is the market will stop here,
mm,
right? Then um resume by what's it called? By 8, right? So this overnight data most times are not put into consideration. Yeah. Also, you're gonna see just a gap when you're looking at the real charts. Yeah. If I have a chance, I'll send it to you. You see,
okay.
right? So so this is apparently overnight range when everyone in Europe are sleeping. So the market is not moving. Whatever moves overnight, we tend to pull it into consideration, right? So this is a gap. So we're gonna mark it out. So during the open, right? The rule is if the market opens or closes above this gap, then it's going to be a long day, right? If anything happens within or below, then we're
Mm,
expecting a bearish day, right? So for this is the open, right? This is 9 o'clock. So, but my strategy lies on what happens after the second 15 minutes candle, right? I call it the school run strategy.
Okay.
Yeah. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to mark out the high of this candle. Okay, wait, let me make this thing thick. I'm just going to mark out the high of this candle and the low. All right. So my interest, that's why I say sometimes it can be crazy. So my interest is in what happens at this point. If the market breaks above here, I'm taking my buy, right? If it breaks below, I'm taking a sell. But here's what's happening, right? This is the range, and it triggered within the range. Now, normally, I'm just telling you this. I know it might be much, but
Mm.
just have it in mind. If this breakouts, if this thing has triggered below or above this range, I'm gonna do exactly as I said, right? Buying above, if it breaks above, I'm gonna buy. If it breaks below, I'll sell. But since it's triggered within the range, that's the overnight range, I'm gonna do the opposite, right? So if it breaks
Mm.
below, I'll buy instead. If it breaks above, I'll sell instead. So watch this, right? So the first trigger is here. It broke above. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna sell short.
Mm.
Do you get it? So, and if I'm selling here, my TP, I can just keep my TP at the tip of this range or anywhere close to the range, right? And one thing about
Okay.
one thing about index or indices, they actually give good money, right? But you also just have to have proper risk management. So from this point to this in fact,
Mm.
let me say from this point to this point here, let's know how many, let's just know how many points we have there. From this very point to this, this is 49 points. Are you seeing it? 49 points with a medium risk. This is like $49. Just for 30 minutes. You're just taking $49 and you're out. Right? If with the least risk here with your 0.01 loss size, you just made $4.9 on this move. Right? $4.9 on this move.
Mm.
All right. So let's say you took your TP here. Then what happened next? The market broke this low. So you're doing the opposite again. You're buying instead. So you can take your buy, set your stop loss wherever you want it. And looking at the chart here, this area can be a very good area to take your TP. You're not chasing too much. With this, you don't need to chase. Like the trade we took yesterday was so amazing. 300 points, 300 pips. That's like massive, right? So you can just chase
Mm.
50, 100 and you're good, right? So you can decide, okay, the market sold here and you bought from this particular point. Buying from, let's say, let me mark it out. Buying from here, let me know how many points it's gonna be. Buying from here to this high here, over here. This is 78, 76 points, right? With the lowest risk, 0.01,
Mm.
$7.6. So you can see, you just made it and you're out. You don't need any stories again, right? So that's it. With this, you can say you are done for the day. Like you don't even need to spend the whole day on this particular chart. All right.
Mm.
Once you see this, you're done for the day because there is always a change in the market dynamics towards noon, or I'll call it the lunch break. That lunch break is within 11 to 1, right? The market tends to slow down a little bit. Um, Observe, right? Then, but from 1, there's a kickoff, right? So you can see that um, this is still this. You can see how slow the market was here. Then from 1 p.m., the market
Mm.
back in. came in, boom, started selling aggressively, right? So these are just things you know over time if you start studying these charts. This is for DAX, right? DAX is German 40. You can see German 30. You can see DE 40, DE 30. They are all German DAX. DAX is the top 14 companies in Europe, all right? Is it Europe or Germany? I think it's Germany. Top 14 companies in Germany. FTSE is I think a collection of some tech companies as well in okay, top 100 companies in the UK. That's what FTSE is about. UK 100. All right. So that's just it. Then for US 30, the same thing I just showed you now. Let's
Mm.
they grab this thing. Is it making sense? Is it really making sense? Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Is it?
Yes, sir, it does.
Yes, what? It
It
is.
does. Just that I've not been able to trade this pair because I don't understand how coach is doing it.
Is it? No, come again. Let me get you. I didn't get what you said. I don't know if you're hearing me.
I'm hearing you.
No, I didn't actually get what you said.
I said I've not been trading this pair since coach has been dropping signals because I don't understand the pair at all. And on my MT5 on
Yeah.
FBS, it's showing different.
Price, right?
Mm,
I get that. It's understandable sometimes. Even before I started, I looked the way of indices. Yeah, I didn't actually understand them at first, right? But one thing you need to know is that their dynamics is quite different from normal currency pairs. Okay. Sometimes what affects currency pairs don't really affect them, but they have their ways. All you need to do is study and understand how they move, right? So you can focus from now, you can just focus on Dow Jones, US 30, leave the rest, Nasdaq, FTSE, DAX, let them be, right? Get acquainted with this one, see how it moves, know the best time to trade them and times not to, right? That's gonna really, really um serve, you know. So um the same thing we talked about earlier. So this is, in fact, for this thing to make sense, this is New York time. Let me change this thing to New York time so that it's gonna make,
hey, sir, please. You said something about original Abi, the main this trading view that I'm seeing right now.
yeah,
Is it not the original one?
it's already no, no, we are
Is
limited.
it different?
See,
Like the one online, like the one
mm,
we search, and the one that we install on our phones? Is it the same thing?
that is something. That is something. Okay, you mean when I said when you look at the raw charts data, you mean, right? About the
Yeah.
apps. Yeah, the thing is, this is a free, when it comes to trading, there are in-depth, we have institutional traders. We have brokers that trade too. So they have access to so many things that we, the retail traders, don't have access to. Okay. What
Mm,
we see here
mm,
on TradingView, the market is continuous, the market never stops. But actually, the market does stop, right? If you observe gold, once it's 11 something, gold stops moving. Same with this, um, same with these indices, right? The market does stop. It's just like your bank. Your bank closes by 4 o'clock,
mm,
right? The same thing happens in the
mm,
US. Once it's 5 o'clock, the banks close. Wall Street closes. They don't trade. They come back the next day, 9 a.m. For case of UK or Europe, 9 a.m. For case of New York, 9:30. right?
Tap
So
ahead, please. How do we change our time also
uh,
on
this is
trading view?
this is it. That's what I'm trying to do now. So I want to change this to New York time. So you're gonna relate to what I'm showing you here now. So it's New York time, and this hour 3:30 is gonna be 9:30. Now see, this is 9:30. Market open here, right? So to mark the overnight range as well, just like I did for Dow Jones, this is gonna be all right here to 6 o'clock. All right. So this is everything that happened overnight. And to them, it's almost irrelevant. They don't need it, right? So the actual market started counting from, in fact, 8:30 to be precise, but market officially
Mm.
opens 9:30. So now, based on this gap here, there's a possibility of the market, of course, the market bought above this gap, then smacked downwards. Now, what happened here is this is 8:30. This is the second 15 minutes candle, right? Looking at the strategy I told you about, you mark the high. This is not straight up. This is the I would have been wiser yesterday. I forgot to trade my strategy, right? So you can see this is like a spike out. Then what happened next? The market came back, broke this lower area. What are you gonna do? Sell, right? Because it has already broken above here. Sell. Now, if I'm taking this sell, my TP is gonna be the low of this range, right? So from this point to this point, we are looking at roughly, like I would have actually made good money yesterday, but sometimes when you are busy, okay, the low of the range, this is like 181 points. It's like
Mm.
with 0.01 loss, it is like $18. All right.
Mm.
My risk yesterday, I was trading 50 cents per point. So I would have been looking at 90 something or so. All right. So that's it, just it. All right. So that's just it about it. So the other thing, just understand it, understand the dynamics, and it's a very good thing. It's a very good instrument to trade anyway. Very, very good instrument to trade. All right. So, there are so many strategies, but sometimes we just need to feed the community the necessary, right? Then, before this call ends, let me just show you one more thing. Just one more thing. Because there are high impact news, right? This I told this trade this morning, but man, I closed early because according to my journal, I hardly I hardly catch 50 pips on gold. Right, max I deal with is 20 pips, and from this point to this point it's like 20. So I have to just, that's why journaling is good. You get to study what works for you. Okay, see, this is an average of 17 pips, right? 17 pips, not even up to 20. But I close mine around 10 pips or so. So I'm good. So journaling helps you see the mistakes you make or you see your patterns, right? So I wanted to show you something. All right, this was the day of the NFP. All right,
Mm.
that should be 8:30. 8:30. This was NFP. Am I correct? When was NFP? On Tuesday, right?
Mm.
All right, so NFP is 8:30. This is our own 2:30, right? So the rule of NFP is, or the rule of, what I'm trying to show you is the rule of, I think if you've been, you might have heard about this. I've talked about this in different sessions. Now, NFP is simply, this is it over here. It's it. It's that. All right. So the rule is, you don't have to jump on any news. You don't really need to jump on any news. Or after the spike, you can see how markets pushed crazily from 8:30. New gold would have been the very best trade to take that day because there was no spike. The market just moved.
I swear.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. I was already on this trade. I think I entered this trade around here also. I was already on this trade. The buy just helped my
Bye
movement.
bye.
Yeah, yeah, of course, already buy way before the news started, sir. Right. So you can see how clear this move was, right?
I
So
had friends that even traded this gold on that NFP. And sir, do you know that the way other people trade news is
mm,
quite different from the way we trade news?
okay, how did they trade your news?
For example, now they don't enter positions like that. They just use the same way they trade normal pairs, but with higher lot size.
Oh, really?
They just put it there,
Mm,
put their stop loss. Even if the market spikes,
yeah.
sometimes it doesn't get to their stop loss before making the move that
Oh,
they want it to move, and it will hit the TP that they want it to hit. Plenty of my friends, that's how they trade news.
oh, okay. Well, you can chip it in so that coach might, well, there are pros.
Even this good, yeah, even this gold,
Mm,
it would be like it would be very nice if sometimes if you want to even trade all these
mm,
news that includes gold,
mm,
if we trade it like that, sometimes even if, and gold has liquidity with a move like that, even on
mm.
a 0.01
Yeah,
lot size, you would catch even more than $10
exactly.
or so.
We want
So
to
even if
want to.
somebody has
Mm,
$50 save, they can
mm,
use it to still catch like good money. Like my friend, that this thing he used, like he risked, I think it was $1.
mm.
He made good money. Abi, how much did he even make about?
Well,
I've even forgotten himself.
I understand. The gold actually paid. So for me, a better or a more sane approach I use for trading news, apart from the whole rush, right, is to
Mm,
wait on the 5 minutes time frame. All right. If the news is released
mm.
by 2:30, I wait. Amazing. People don't make money. Nice. I wait for the close of the fourth candle. All right. This is the first candle, second, third, fourth. I wait for the close. I do the same thing. I mark the high, or I mark the low, I mark the high.
After
Any
the news.
exactly after the news. I'm looking at the 5 minutes time frame, right? This is the
Mm,
breakout of the news. This is the fourth candle after the news. Fourth 5 minutes
mm,
candle. So any place the market breaks, I'm buying. If the market breaks above, I'm buying. If the market breaks below, I'm selling. So we did, I've waited as well. The market broke above. Smooth buy. Buy till you're tired. All right. You can take the
mm,
buy, then go to higher time frame and know where you're gonna take your TP from. Right? I
mm.
just with that point. Okay. I think this is where I did that mark. You can just was it this place? Tuesday. Uh-huh. Can do that stuff. Say, okay, you're taking your TP, let's say around here. Let me see if I can drag this to this point. And funny thing is that gold has been pumping since that very day. Since that
It
news.
has been going up.
All right. So like just imagine taking okay, wait, wait, wait. Look, I'm actually on Monday. I don't know. I'm marking up so many things and I'm confused now. So however it is, can just can now keep move as you want. That's one thing about it. So you don't rush. You just wait for the move and you're good. Right? You can just decide I'm taking whatever points you want. Let's say from this move, I'm taking this like I'm missing out my points here. What am I calculating here? In fact, let me do normal. It can be 24. I think this is 24 pips, right? From 306. Okay, yeah. This is like 24 points. 24 points on the least loss size is like $24. Right? On the normal,
Mm.
if you look well, uh, even with your $10, you can actually make extra 24. That's actually good. If you have a bigger account, you can risk a dollar per point a per pip. This is like $240. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's so,
Down to ask, for example,
yeah.
if like trading gold,
Mm.
what is the least amount you need to have to risk per dollar on a trade?
Just have $10. If you have $10 in your account, just stick with 0.01. Just know that if you're sticking with 0.01, you must be very, very good in your entries because any 10 points move, don't sweep your account or share you get. So if
I
you're
mean, I mean
mm,
$1, like 0.1.
okay, that's if you want to trade with 0.1 lot size, you mean?
Yes.
Um, okay, no, come again with the question. Let me understand.
Like if I want to trade 0.1 lot size,
Okay, how
how
much
much am I
do you,
supposed to have?
okay, in your account?
Yes,
Just have $100 on a roll. Just just to so
from
that
$100 upwards.
yeah, yeah. All right. So you
Okay.
don't because with 0.1, right? 10
Mm,
pips is already $100, right?
mm,
So if you took this trade, I took this one now. That's it was an FVG. I waited for this
mm,
FVG above here on the 15 minutes time frame. So if you took this trade I took this morning, you've actually made $100. That's if you waited to this point, this is like $150, I mean, 170 already. If you're targeting just
mm,
10 pips, that's like $100. So if you're risking zero, in fact, if you have the money, right, just have
mm,
enough. The most important thing is if you're risking 0.1 on a $100 account, just be very, very like your entries here has to be top notch, right? In fact, this kind of trade will be very, very good because I'm just risking 4 pips here or 4.5 pips. So on your $100 account, this is like you're risking $46 to make $100. So
mm,
with this move, you already flipped your account to 200, right?
mm.
And that's what I trade on gold. 10 pips and I'm done. 10 pips. All right. I use 0.05. So I don't use up to one. And I trade a funded account, a proper account. All right. So that is it. Okay.
So how do you calculate if just looking at the chart?
Okay. First of all, the numbers are here looking at me. All right. So let's say I entered my trade at, looking at this now, I entered this trade at 43, 42. You can see it right here.
Mm,
So 43, 42 to 43, 32 is already 10 pips. So 43, 32 is around here. 43, 32, and this is it. So this is my 10 pips already for 3, 32. So that is just calculation. So that's why I don't really need to calculate. I just know my entries, know my TPs, know my SL. So I know what I'm risking with the numbers.
mm,
So
okay.
yeah,
Mm.
I just
No, because I'm asking all these things because I'm learning how to trade good with MNSR, this thing,
mhm.
and SMS
Smart money.
strategies.
Okay. At least it's been coming up well for you, right?
Eh, I've not been focusing, no, I won't lie, sha, because I don't have anybody I'm asking all these questions. I just got the strategy, but
Mhm.
there's no. I'm just leaning on my own with it.
Mhm. One thing is good, right? The only thing if SMC is just follow the models, right? Me personally, I only use FVG in my trading, FVG, and once I see an FVG, I bank on it. So my entry was here, all right.
Mm,
This is FVG on the 15 minutes time frame, and my actual TP is like way down here. And this TP actually made sense. If I go down on the 4 hours time frame, that's when I'm going to see that the TP I'm looking at is also an FVG, right? On the 4 hours time frame, this gap here. So that's why I'm looking at the market common respect.
mm,
So
yeah.
that's it. That's just it. I'm not on this trade now. I've taken my TP, so I'll just observe. I'm no longer on this trade. I'll just observe. So that's just
Mm.
the thing. I think I'm still on it on my demo
I'm
account.
trying to use on their blogs
Other
too.
blogs, those ones also will help you.